Imagine a dusty banking house in 18th century Frankfurt, Germany. A man named Mayer Amschel Rothschild is counting rare coins, scribbling in a worn ledger. He's not rich yet, just a clever man with 5 sons and a plan. His idea? Train each son in finance and send them across Europe, London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and back home to Frankfurt. Each one sets up a bank, and together they form a financial network so powerful they become the invisible hand behind wars, governments, and empires. Flash forward to 19th century America. John D. Rockefeller, a devout and meticulous man, is keeping track of every penny in a small notebook. He starts as a bookkeeper, eventually founding Standard Oil, and goes on to become the richest man in modern history. Not because he chased cash, but because he controlled the world's energy supply, refining, transporting, and selling oil on a scale the world had never seen. Then there's J.P. Morgan. Calm, ruthless, and so rich that when the US government was on the brink of collapse in 1895, they came to him for a bailout with his own money. These men didn't just make money, they created systems to preserve and multiply it across generations. And while their names echo through history, the strategies they used are shockingly simple and still work today. So what did they do differently? First, they didn't hoard cash. They bought assets. Rockefeller didn't keep his wealth in a bank account. He owned oil fields, pipelines, refineries, real things that made money while he slept. Today, that translates to owning stock, real estate, or starting a business. Assets that pay you, not cost you. Second, they diversified, but not randomly. The Rothschilds spread across Europe not for the glamour, but to reduce risk. If one country went to war, another was at peace. If one currency crashed, another stayed stable. Today, that means not betting everything on one stock or one trend. Spread your money wisely across industries, countries, and asset types. Third, they thought long-term. Rockefeller once said, "Do you know the only thing that gives me pleasure? It's to see my dividends coming in." These weren't men chasing quick wins. They played the decades-long game, knowing that time is the most powerful force in finance. You invest, reinvest, and let compound interest